It's...
Make a good video at the end.
Okay. I'm Bella Marin, and I live in Houston, Texas.
My name is Tyler Farley. I currently reside in Raleigh, North Carolina.
I'm Dawn Marish. I live in Dousman, Wisconsin.
Katie Wright. I live in Seattle, Washington.
I have been diagnosed with VEDS since I was 10, so 21 years.
Our family was diagnosed in 2018 with VEDS.
I had it since 2014.
In 2017, when I was 28 years old.
So the way that I presented was I had very thin skin. My veins were very prominent on my chest and on my legs, and I would bruise easily. My skin would tear open.
I was dealing with some really bad neck pain that would come on suddenly. At the time, it was the worst pain that I had experienced in my life. And I was dismissed by some ERs, and they thought it was a muscle strain and didn't really know.
I had a bowel perforation at 17 years old. Given that fact that my dad died at a young age at 38, and here I am at 17 with this issue as well, they knew it was something more than a general case.
I had a very serious medical event with a ruptured splenic aneurysm that nearly took my life. We went to see a specialist in New York, and he said to me, "I'm so sorry. This is my least favorite diagnosis to tell a patient." I used to do triathlons. I used to run regularly.
I loved running. I loved kayaking. I loved competing.
I grew up playing contact sports, weightlifting, anything a normal boy my age would be doing.
Things like that I don't do anymore, but I still swim, I still bike, and I still walk.
I am constantly fatigued, so if you think of how you are on a day that you're sick or just really overdid it, that's how I feel every day. People they look at me and they assume that I'm normal and healthy.
That's the hardest thing about it, is that it's invisible, but it's still there. And it's with us every day. It feels like on the back of your shoulder that you can't get rid of it.
Looking at me from the outside, no one would know that I almost died in 2021, or that I have all these aneurysms in my body, or that my tissue's so fragile and it could just at any moment, that could be it. Day to day, it can become very, very emotional, knowing that you don't know when it's gonna be.
Especially if I've gone through a stretch of really good health for VEDS, something in the back of my mind is when is the next event that's going to occur?
The hardest part of living with VEDS for me is that I'm living with it and my daughter is no longer living with it. That's devastating, that's really hard. There's tragedy in our story, but there's really an abundance of love and happiness too. So it can all be there.
I know it can be scary meeting other people with this because you don't know how long you're gonna know them. But I'm better off for knowing those people, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
It's not a death sentence. Yeah, we have to have some modifications to our life, but we can still have the diagnosis and live a life that we want and we choose. It doesn't have to become our identity.
I may not have enough energy, but I'm out here. I remember the times I've been in the hospital wishing I could step outside days like today, and being here with friends and family and just being loved and being happy and smiling.
We desperately need more research for VEDS. I think the biggest thing that people want is a treatment or a cure to help us not have these spontaneous, life-threatening things that shorten our lives.
I want people to know that we're not also just a diagnosis or a disease. We are people behind the disease. Knowing a little bit of the signs and symptoms, talking to others about it, I think would make a really big impact because knowledge is power. Your support and our community support means the world, and it helps all of us.